Hello, Madhusree.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for joining. The question I would like to ask you, you are a very well-known and well-accomplished artistic person. I have seen you performing songs, and you are a very well-known vocalist in our community. I'd like to ask you just to give me an idea about your professional and personal life in a very short way, and your training as an artistic person, whether you have had the training in India or in any other country, or you completed the training in this country, please.
So, hello, first and foremost, thank you so much for giving this opportunity, and thank you for thinking about. To start with, by profession, I'm a doctor, as you know, but music and performing arts is like my passion. So I'm a full-time doctor. I'm the senior consultant in NHS as well as the medical lead for my department. But amongst all this, I find solace or peace in music. I will come to that later on, but to just give a brief idea about my training, I'm completely, I did my training, most of it in India, and I finished it quite early because I started at the age of 5, and by the age of 13, I had completed my diploma, which is from the Allahabad Gharana in vocal classical and Rabindra Sangeet, and which is a 6-year program, like the grading, the grade exams that they do in this country, which is up to grade 8. In India, it is up to grade 6, which gives you the Sangeet Prabhakar degree. After that, I pursued classical music under the able guidance of Srimati Tanima Thakur. And then Rabindra Sangeet, I started under the guidance of Srimati Ritu Guho, then carried on with Srimati Pramita Mollik and Srimati Maya Sen. And I always actively took part in various musical programs and performed in a lot of prestigious venues in Kolkata. But then for almost 18 years, I was only performing here in this country as well as when I was in India back home. But my training stopped in 2003. But during COVID, there were a lot of online classes, and it gives me great pleasure to share that actually I restarted my training. Besides performing, I restarted my training during the COVID times, and now I'm taking music lessons again under the able guidance of Srimati Riddhi Bandopadhyay in Notul Prasadi, Dijendra Giti, these genres of Bengali songs, as well as with Sri Shasha Ghoshal in Rabindra Sangeet. And also I'm doing elocution lessons with Sri Sujoy Prasad Chatterjee. Very recently, from last month, I'm also taking lessons with Srimati Vijay Lokhi Bormon in Bengali elocution recitation. So yeah, that is not quite brief about my training in performing arts. Yeah.
Out of all these forms, different genres of songs and music, which part you enjoy most?
Well, now that you are asking me, I definitely like to sing, but I think I like the songs which has a bit of a drama in it, because there is I forgot to add that I also have taken part in various drama performances. I enjoy singing Kobi Guru's songs which are based on dance dramas, because there is a form of expression. It is not just singing, but you can also do a lot of expressions in those kind of songs. So I really like that. And I forgot to add, during this session, COVID times, I've also started taking keyboard lessons, because I found I could play the harmonium, but I could not play the keyboard. My left hand would not do justice. And so now I've started also taking keyboard lessons so that I can play with my own songs and add some chord to add more musical, what I should say, background to make it more filling. So yes, I think I like to sing. Drama, elocution, those things probably just come a bit naturally to me, but I would like to combine the both. I would say not give up on anything.
The question coming next, as a person, how your artistic trait has been by your artistic presence?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, music is like a therapy. You know, music exists as therapy. There is a music therapy which exists. So
Absolutely.
Definitely it has got a therapeutic effect, and working as a doctor is a very hectic life. It gives me that solace, that mental peace. It is like meditation. And for me, it is like a breath of fresh air, if I put it that way. It adds a magic to my mundane life. It takes my mind away. And while singing the songs of various Bengali poets, I have also come to appreciate their philosophies. Now, how they look at it, how Kavi Guru has described death. He has taken death as a source of faith, inspiration. He has not seen death as an end. You know, so all these philosophies has greatly enriched my mind. He has found love in all forms. In his writings, you will see that love has sort of blended in nature. In the songs of nature, you will find love. In the songs of devotion, you will find love. In the songs of death, you will see it inspires you. It tells it is not the end, but it means the continuation of the mortal soul somewhere else. And it is like a beginning of another new life. So sometimes in Bengali, if I put it in Bengali, I say like, uni mrittuke dekhechen kokhono poran shakha, kokhono ba santoti hisebe. যেন নবজাগরণের আলো দেখা যায় ওনার মৃত্যুর গানে। উনি যখন কোনো মৃত্যুর গান লিখেছেন, সেখানে কিন্তু একটা ভরসার কথা বলেছেন। So that is how I look at it, and I think these deep philosophies have definitely widened my thoughts, my outlook towards life, and to me, I wouldn't survive. And I would say, like, during COVID times, I think I have performed more than what I've performed in my whole lifetime. And this music has helped me to maintain my sanctity, my sanity. So that is how I look at it. If you look at Kavi Guru's dance drama Shama, where Bajroshen asks for forgiveness because he can't forgive, Kavi Guru has shown that if you cannot forgive someone, then that is not right. ক্ষমিতে পারিলাম না, সে ক্ষমা করতে না পারাটাও এক ধরনের পাপ. You know, this is how he has shown it. So forgiveness is such a virtue. So I think all this has added a deeper meaning to our day-to-day life. And then he has spoken of inclusiveness in his More Daki Loye Jao Bishwer Darbare. He has always talked, I mean, when we see so much of lack of what I should say, patience and humanity, lack of humanity, death all around. So I think that people have forgotten to include others. People have become very nuclear, so which is, I think, not right. And these songs, his philosophy definitely adds a different kind of a dimension to our life.
As an artist, how do you reflect, or how do you relate to history and heritage?
I think, first of all, India, and so to say Bengal, because Bengal is a seat of culture, has got a very rich cultural heritage. And I try to inculcate that in our next generation. So both my kids, they take lessons. Even my son, who is born and brought up in this country, is 12 years old, is also taking Rabindra Sangeet lessons regularly now. And from a teacher who also translates it for him so that he can understand, he speak. And also I thought that his vocabulary will improve by taking lessons. And my daughter was always like into music. She does, and the good thing is she did her grade 8 in singing, ABRSM, as well as grade 6 in piano, my daughter. But at the same time, she continued learning Rabindra Sangeet since the age of 10. And she has performed, as you know, like she has even performed for your organization, both the Indian and the Rabindra Sangeet, as well as the English song from which the tune of that song has derived. So I think, and what I tell others, that we have got a very rich cultural heritage. Don't forget your roots. Just like a tree, when uprooted, cannot survive. If you forget your roots, then you cannot live for long. What you are living is probably just an artificial life. So, and that is why I am blessed where I live in Leicester. We have got a cultural, very, I should say, aware and committed cultural committee. So before COVID, we used to do a lot of programs, and we always try to do programs in our mother tongue so that our kids, our next generation, they are aware of it. And we always try to help to maintain that, and so that they can practice and they can perform in their mother tongue. Even I had arranged some small dramas for the kids. I wrote in easy languages so that it's not difficult for them to do the script. And they actually performed. All these kids, there were 4 boys who were born and brought up in this country, but they actually did a drama in Bengali. So they spoke in Bengali in their own language. So yeah, I mean, it was funny to hear. My son was that time like 5, 6 years old, but it was really an interesting show. So this is how I try to maintain our culture and heritage, and encourage the same. And it really gives me a great pleasure. I think there are many mothers, many parents out there who try to teach their kids the same. And it really gives me a pleasure to see when our kids, in spite of being raised in a foreign country, they try to not to forget their roots and continue with that practice. There are English versions, so you can add subtitles and choose songs which have got English versions as well. So for example, if I sing a song which has got it comes from an English song. So if we can sing both of them simultaneously, that might be more appealing. And I know, like, as I said, my mentor, he's at the moment into translation. So he's doing translation of many songs. And Kavi Guru himself has done translations. So yeah, I think that
so there are translations available, so which
yeah.
we can reach the wider audience. Yeah, we have come to the end of the interview. Madhusree, thank you very much. This interview is being recorded so that we can signpost the audience to the importance of art and culture in our everyday life. From your very busy schedule, you have given us time. Thank you very much. And yeah, speak to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.